Pokemon Go has been out for 10 years now, and I've played it a lot right here in my neighborhood park, along with my real life Pokemon partner. And even though this has been home base, I've opened this app in cities all across the country: San Diego, Orlando, New York City. I've played it with family and friends. And I guess what I'm trying to say is I've done more than just catch Pokemon. I've made a lot of memories with this game. So to celebrate the 10-year anniversary, I wanted to make this video to share my Pokemon Go journey. When Pokemon Go first debuted in July of 2016, I remember how excited I was to open the app for the first time and catch my first Pokemon. Since then, I've caught over 50,000 Pokemon, walked over 11,000 kilometers, and visited over 18,000 different Pokestops. And I've made it all the way to level 69. I've also earned a lot of medals over the years by playing during different events, like the yearly Go Fest, the Go Tours, and the Wild Area events. And overall, I've completed 126 collection challenges. I've also earned quite a few platinum medals for different things like walking, completing Pokedexes, catching Pokemon, evolving Pokemon, hatching eggs, and spinning unique Pokestops. I'm always working on leveling up my other medals as well, and I only need one more platinum level catching medal. My main goal in Pokemon Go has always been to finish the entire Pokedex. So far, I have 4 regions complete, and I'm only 1 or 2 away from completing another. However, it's difficult when some Pokemon are region exclusive, and some Pokemon have not even been released in the game yet. And there are other parts of the Pokedex I'm working on completing, like catching every shiny Pokemon. So far, I have 490. I also want to catch every Gigantamax version, and every Mega Evolution. But after 10 years of playing, there is a lot I still need to accomplish if I want to complete everything in this vast Pokedex in Pokemon Go. I want to jump right into my collection of shiny Pokemon. I'm going to be breaking them down by categories, starting with shiny costume Pokemon. My favorite being the shiny Squirtle Squad from 2018. I wish they would bring these back again. I have a few shiny costume Pikachus and a few other random Pokemon as well. Then I have my humble collection of shiny legendary Pokemon. Most of these have come from raids or special research. I did find one of the 3 Galarian birds, and my favorite shiny legendaries in my collection is my pair of Kyogre and Groudon, although I would love to find a shiny Latios or Latias one day. But shiny Giratina is another one I'm very happy to have. Then I have my ever-growing collection of shiny mythical Pokemon, beginning with my shiny Darkrai that I caught back in 2021 on a vacation to Disney World. I also have shiny Genesect I caught from a raid, and shiny Meltan I found while using the mystery box after connecting my game to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I also have a few special research shinies like Keldeo and Meloetta, and I'm currently working on the research for shiny Deontay and Jirachi. And next is my extremely long list of shiny shadow Pokemon. Shadow Bulbasaur, Magnemite, and my personal favorite so far, shiny Shadow Magikarp. Next is my collection of some of my favorite shiny Pokemon, ones that I never get tired of finding duplicates of. These are my shiny Charizards. I'll go more into them later. I love finding shiny Hisuian Voltorb and shiny Magikarp, and I have a ton of shiny Eevees I've collected over the years. I've been slowly adding to my shiny Unknown collection each year, and I just love collecting shinies from my favorite generation of Pokemon like Zigzagoon and Carvanha. And I'm always looking to add to my flock of black sheep. The last collection of shiny Pokemon I want to mention are ones that have come from very special moments. Like Oriole, my shiny Ho-Oh, that I caught while I was at a Baltimore Orioles game with my wife in between innings. I also found Bluebell, my shiny Miltank, while I was in Times Square in New York City. And this is Sunflower, my shiny Cottony that I caught while on a hike with my family through a field of sunflowers. And you can probably guess I caught this shiny Hisuian Lilligant while in Ruidoso, New Mexico. And then there's Birthday Cake, my shiny Rowlet that showed up just for me on my birthday last year. Finding a shiny Pokemon while on vacation or traveling with family or on a holiday just makes it extra special, and I really cherish those memories. The next category of Pokemon I want to talk about would be my 100% IV Pokemon. These Pokemon are super hard to find. The first one I ever caught was a perfect 100% Ho-Oh back in 2017. My first and only 100% legendary Pokemon so far. I have a few of my favorite 100% Pokemon like Gengar, Tyranitar, and Metagross. And I just recently found my first perfect Dynamax Pokemon Gigalith. Recently, Pokemon Go added another mechanic to collect, Pokemon with special backgrounds. Like this Max Raid background for Dynamax Charizard or Gigantamax Blastoise. These special backgrounds have been a lot of fun to try and collect. Two of my favorites have to be my Shadow Lugia and Shadow Darkrai with their special backgrounds. But I also love the unique backgrounds for Kyogre and Groudon. And I was able to get Black Kyurem with its special background, and just recently, shiny Xerneas with the special Kalos Tour background. These special backgrounds have been really fun to try and collect, and I can't wait to see what unique backgrounds they come out with in the future. Now I want to go back and revisit costume Pokemon. I've already said that the Squirtle Squad costumes have been my favorites, but I also love this adorable Charmander wearing a skull cap. Of course, no Pokemon has worn more clothes over the years than Pikachu, and some of my favorites have to be Ash Hat Pikachu, Detective Pikachu, the special One Piece collaboration they did back in 2019, Pikachu wearing a Charizard and Umbreon hat, Pikachu wearing the Mimikyu costume, and ones I don't even remember where they came from. But here's the special 5th anniversary balloon Pikachu. I actually have a shiny of that one. The leather jacket Pikachu, and most recently, Pikachu wearing a visor. You had to walk over 40 kilometers in a matter of just a couple of days to get this single costume Pokemon. Some other fan favorite costume Pokemon over the years would have to be Psyduck, Slowpoke, and of course, Gengar. I know everyone wishes they would bring back this special costume Gengar from 2020. Another one of my favorite costumes was in 2023 when they celebrated Dia de los Muertos by bringing Marigold costume Cubone and Duskull. I'm so sad I never got the clone costumes Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur. But thankfully I do have the infamous Armored Mewtwo. Leave a comment down below Tell me what some of your favorite costume Pokemon have been over the last 10 years. Next, let's look at my best buddy Pokemon. These require so much time and patience, but I love seeing that ribbon on some of my favorite Pokemon. And most of these we'll talk about in other categories. And this is my collection of lucky Pokemon that I've gathered from trading with strangers and friends from the last 10 years. Then I have this little collection of Zero IV Pokemon. Every Zero IV Pokemon I collect gets a silly little nickname. And then there's one of the collections I am most proud of. Every pattern of Vivian from the entire world. It took me years to get every single one of these. Lots of postcards pinned, but my favorites have to be this ocean pattern, the monsoon pattern, and the elusive sandstorm pattern. This next set of Pokemon I think are extremely unique. This Pikachu was the 50,000th Pokemon I ever caught to get my platinum medal for catching 50,000 Pokemon. Then there's my 50% Zygarde. You know, if you play this game, how hard it is to grind these Zygarde cells. It took me a long time just to get the 50% form. I was also lucky enough to get the antique form of Sinistea. And speaking of unique forms, my wife had to trade me the Dusk form Lycanroc because I just could not find this no matter what, and she was lucky enough to have an extra one. Then there's the grinding Pokemon, like the 999 coins you need for Gimme Goal, or all the different apples and candies you need to get Hydrapple. And finally, even though this isn't a Pokemon, I love this Baltimore Orioles cap that my avatar wears. A couple of years ago, the MLB and Pokemon Go made a collab, and if you opened your Pokemon Go app while attending an MLB game, you could get a hat to represent the home team. It has honestly been really difficult to summarize 10 years of Pokemon into just a small video. I really appreciate if you've watched this far, and I'd also really appreciate if you could like and subscribe. But I want to end by sharing some of my absolute favorite Pokemon I've found over my 10-year journey. Charizard has and will always be one of my favorite Pokemon. He was my first ever starter Pokemon as a kid in Pokemon Red. And I'm so happy to have shiny Dynamax Charizard, as I also really love the Dynamax mechanic introduced in Sword and Shield. And yes, Charizard made this list twice with my shiny, lucky Mega Charizard. Then there's one of my favorite looking shiny Pokemon ever, this shiny, lucky Trevenant. I love the autumn leaf colors. I'm also very proud to have one of my favorite duos of legendaries, shiny Primal Kyogre and shiny Primal Groudon. I love the black shiny sprites these Pokemon get for their primal evolutions. And you know I have to mention some evolutions. Shiny Espeon, Umbreon, and Sylveon, 3 of my best buddy Pokemon. And speaking of best buddies is my shiny Haxorus, one of my all-time favorite shiny Pokemon across all generations. And to end this list is my one and only Shundo Pokemon, my 100% IV shiny best buddy Marowak. Well, thank you for letting me share my Pokemon Go journey with you. And leave a comment. Tell me about some of your favorite Pokemon Go memories throughout the years. And make sure to like and subscribe, because I have a lot more Pokemon I want to share with you. And I can't wait to see where my collection is at in a few more years. Until next time, I wish you the best of luck in your Pokemon Go collecting journey.